Warn them from me.
The Most High is telling you that now you belong to me. I'm your God. Now I want you to do what I say do. Don't you do what somebody else is out here doing. What is the new trend now? No, don't you do that. You do what I say do. And see, that comes from the top down to the bottom. We as his people, we have to do what he says do. You want the same blessing.
Warn them.
You want the same promises that he gave our ancestors, but you don't want this. Why? Because Jesus came and he's the end of the law. What a fool. By you not honoring his Sabbath and you being his people, I don't care whether you in captivity, whether you in a hole, whether you behind a rock. He expects you to honor his Sabbath. If not, he gonna do something to you. Greeting our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. This is the high priest, L.D. Smith, the watchman on the wall. Family, as always, grab that King James. But first and foremost, we want to give a shout out to the whole family, Israel. All praise. Family, we got a wonderful teaching, fine teaching. As always, we just give our God all the honor and all the praise goes to him, because he is the everlasting God. He's the eternal God. He's the self-existing one. He is the fountain of living water. He's everything to us. And I just give him all praise, because without him, family, we are lost as a ball in high weeds. Okay? We're going to get right into our teaching, and I think I named this one something along the lines. Nevertheless, my eyes spared them. Mine eyes spared them. I think that's over in Ezekiel, but we're going to begin with in Leviticus, and I'm gonna lay my foundation, and then we're going to go forward. And as I always ask you guys to read along with me. I ask you guys to think about the reading. Listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth. Think about it, ponder, imagine. And I know that the Most High will give you clear understanding. And that being said, we're going to go right into our teaching now. We are in Leviticus. I did say Leviticus chapter 18. And let's start with verse 1. It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord. Say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doing of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do. So he's giving them instructions right now. What you did in Egypt, don't do that no more. We're changing things up. See, you can't do what you used to do, because now you got rules. You got a new set of rules, guidelines, you got structure. And look what he says here now. He says here, and after the doing of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, ye shall not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. See that? So now we see we got a code of conduct. We got a certain way that we have to present ourselves. We got a certain way that we have to act. We got a certain way that we have to show ourselves before our God. See, we are different from the rest of the world. That's how you got to see yourself. Look, we are different from everybody else. We are different. We're not like everybody else, but we're different. Now look what he says in verse 4. He said, ye shall do my judgments and keep my ordinance to walk therein. I am the Lord your God. Now, ownership is being presented before you. The Most High is telling you that now you belong to me. I'm your God. Now I want you to do what I say do. Don't you do what somebody else is out here doing. What is the new trend now? No, don't you do that. You do what I say do. And see, that comes from the top down to the bottom. We as his people, we have to do what he says do. There's no other way around it. All right? Now let us keep on going. I'm going to show you now. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do them all day long, He demands obedience. You're going to live. You're going to live in those. That's what's going to protect you. That's what's going to protect you. When you live in those, you are going to be protected. You're going to have true life. You're going to experience true life. Now let's go over here to Deuteronomy chapter 30. Let's go there. Oh, let's look at chapter 30, verse 15 and 16. Look what it says. See, I have set before thee this day life, and good, death and evil. See that? Do you see this? This is facts. This is not a suggestion. I'm telling you exactly what's going to happen. And that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, not your ways.
Wake up.
Not Yahweh ways.
Wake up.
Not Jesus' ways.
Wake up.
But my ways.
Please wake up.
See, because a lot of y'all think that these are the same two in one. No, they have no correlation at all. Jesus, Yahweh, none of those is the Most High Son. It's not. And look what he says here. See, because Jesus tell y'all to obey him. But the Most High said for our ancestors to pass down everything that I told you, I want you to pass it down to your children. And then tell your children to pass that down to their children. And then so on and so on and so on. It don't get down there, way down there, and then it changes. And then now we got to start listening to Jesus or Yahweh, Queen of Heaven. None of that. Boy, I tell you. I mean, this is so simple. Honestly, it is. But I can't understand why black people can't understand this. Y'all make it hard. It's not hard. Now we're in Deuteronomy chapter what did I say? Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 16, 15, 16. Now we're down there at 16. He say his statutes and his judgment. This is 16 now. That thou mightest live and multiply, and the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whether thou goest to possess it. But if thou turn away, why would he tell them back there if they turn away, and then now this day, in y'all want to say modern time, y'all say we could turn away now and then listen to Jesus or Yahweh or Queen of Heaven. Y'all got to be a fool. Y'all got to be a fool. I mean, here you want the same law, you want the same blessing, you want the same promises that he gave our ancestors, but you don't want this. Why? Because Jesus came and he's the end of the law. What a fool. What a fool. But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear what? His word, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods, who? Yahweh, Jesus, Queen of Heaven, Mother of the earth, all these, and serve them. I denounce unto you this day that ye shall what?
Surely perish.
Ye shall what?
Surely perish.
It's right in the pages. It's right in the pages. And that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land whether thou shalt possess over Jordan and go to possess it. I have called heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live, that thou mightest love the Lord thy God, and that thou mightest obey his voice. Not Yahweh Shai. This was passed down from generation to generation to tell the younger ones, look, our God brought us from here, way here to where we are now. You teach your children the same thing that I'm teaching you. That our God brought us from Egypt and brought us through this wilderness and brought us into this land. Pass it down. Pass it down. Pass it down. That we should only obey his voice. Remember, I do the impossible. That's why I tell you to go back and teach my people the things of old. All they know now is Jesus, Yahweh Shah, Yeshua, Queen of Heaven, all of these. But tell them about the impossible things that I did. That's my job. And to warn you that you and I should go to those 2 tablets and all the statutes and judgments. That's why I always tell y'all, let's go back. And you'll see. But they don't want to go back. They want to go in another book, then come back here and then try to mix the 2 together. And Jesus told them, I'm talking about the ones in the purple shirt, the ones also in the Baptist, Pentecostal, Apostolic, Seventh-day Adventist, all of them, they teach it, but they don't even understand it. Wasn't the government up on Solomon's shoulder? These are people names that are mentioned. But you'll put somebody's name that wasn't even mentioned in the page. You'll say, well, it's talking about Jesus. And you just run with it. You stand on it, and then you can't even prove it. Pass it down. Pass it down. But now, newly, Yahweh Shah, Jesus, Queen of Heaven, all of these others. How can that be? The same person. I'm telling you, I don't understand why y'all can't get it. It's simple. It says here, thou mightest dwell in the land which the Lord swore unto thy father, Abraham, Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. He never changes. He never changes. That part I don't understand. But let's keep on going.
Who is thy life? A. Jesus, B. Yeshua, C. Yahweh Shai, D. the Most High God of the Hebrews. That thou mayest love the Lord thy God, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life. The answer is D. The Most High God of the Hebrews, Deuteronomy 30:20.
We're going to start with verse 11. It says, I gave them my statutes and showed them my judgment, which if a man do them, he shall live in them. True life. He's going to have true life. And look what it says. Moreover also I gave them my Sabbath. See, the Sabbath. If a person take this whole 2 tablets for heart, he says, every part has a designated part in your life, how you're supposed to conduct yourself as being one that is in covenant with God. Here he's talking about a 7. Not honor thy father and thy mother. That is another part that you should understand. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart. There's another part. Thou shalt not make any graven images. There's another part. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. There's another part. All these parts take a different part in your life, but they all come up under one umbrella of how you should conduct yourself with your God and your brothers and your sisters. And look what he says here. He's talking about the Sabbath. The Sabbath is so important because that makes a correlation between me and you. That shows the world that, look, we got something going on. Y'all know how to say, see somebody, a long time ago talking to something, and talking to one another, say, man, I believe they got something going on, man. Yes, this is signifying to the whole world that the God of the Hebrews and the people that is the Hebrews, they got something going on. Oh, but I don't have to honor the Sabbath because I'm a woman and I'm married. Well then, you don't have anything going on with the Most High then. You don't, because this is signifies. This is signifies. Like, if you come to a red light, that means stop. You come to a yellow light, that means cautions. You come to a green light, that means go. That is a signal. This is signifies that we got something going on. God and his people. But let's keep on. He says, latter part of 12, he says, to them, he said, between me and them, that they might know that I am the Lord that sanctified them. I'm the one that set you apart. We're going to go ahead on here now. Let's go on down to 13 and 14 now. He says, but the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness, and they walk not in my statutes, and despise my judgments, which if a man do them, he shall even live therein. And my Sabbath, the Sabbath just keep jumping up. I mean, can't y'all guys see that? The Sabbath just keep popping up. Boom, the Sabbath, the Sabbath, the Sabbath. But you got others that they don't want to honor the Sabbath. And see, in Ezekiel, I think 24, Ezekiel is priest and prophet. And remember now, they're in captivity. He observed the Sabbath, even in captivity. See, so there is no way of getting around it. I mean, I don't know why people take this so lightly. This here shouldn't be taken lightly. Again, here in 13, it says, my Sabbath, they greatly polluted. Then I said, I will pour out my fury. I will pour out my fury upon them in the wilderness and consume them. By you not honoring his Sabbath and you being his people, I don't care whether you in captivity, whether you in a hole, whether you behind a rock. He expects you to honor his Sabbath. If not, he's going to do something to you. He's going to do something to you. And it's all a matter of time. It's all a matter of time. If you are Hebrew and you are his people, if male or female, and you don't honor his Sabbath, he says here, he poured out his spirit. Now let's read verse 14 says, but I wrote for my name's sake that it should not be polluted before the heathens in whose sight I brought them out. I don't want nobody to see y'all doing me like that. And out of all I did to them, how I brought you out with a mighty hand in their eyesight. And now you acting like that. But look what he says now, but I'm going to show you how compassionate and loving God is. Now we're going to jump on down here to verse 17. But let's read 16 first. He says, because they despised my judgment and walked not in my statutes and polluted my Sabbath. Again, we're dealing with the Sabbath. See that? The Sabbath is so important for you to obey it. He didn't say that you had to go inside the house and just not do anything. You just abstain yourself from work for somebody else. You got work that you got to do in the house. You got to do it. But don't just put it off. Say, well, okay, well, I'm gonna do my laundry on the Sabbath, and no. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about if you got to bathe, if you got to change the baby clothes, if you got to eat, if you got to do stuff like that. But main work, abstain from that. But look what he says here. For their hearts went after their idols. You guys got to read this out to any of those out there that's on the corner doing purple shirts and the Christian. Y'all read this to them and then ask them to explain it to you. If you believe God sacrificed his only being, listen, you said they have built also high places for Baal and burned their sons with fire for the burnt offering unto Baal, which I commanded them not, nor spake it, neither came into my mind. I never spake that, neither would that come into my mind about putting your children up to be sacrificed. Now, but he's gonna sacrifice Jesus. He just said it never came into his mind.
Warn them from me.
It never came into his mind. For their hearts went after their idols. Now look what he said, out of all that, nevertheless, my eyes spared them from destruction, from destroying them. Neither did I make an end of them in the wilderness. See that? Why? Because the younger ones, he says, I'm not going to destroy you with the older ones. They're going to wander out here and their carcass is going to fall out here. But you go. You see what I did to them? You know not to do it. You go over in the land and you keep my statutes and judgments. Y'all see that? I mean, this is so easy. I mean, I don't know why we can't comprehend this. But look what it says. But I said unto their children in the wilderness, walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers, neither observe their judgments, nor defile yourselves with their idols. I am the Lord your God. Walk in my statutes and keep my judgments and do them, and hallow my
Sabbaths.
So I guess the only ones that went over in the promised land was men, since they say that the Sabbath is not for the women. I mean, how stupid. But look what it says here. My Sabbaths, and they shall be a sign between me and you, that ye may know that I am the Lord your God. That is a sign between me and you, that you might know I'm your God, because I'm the one that sanctified you. But you got those that don't want to honor the Sabbath. They don't. Oh, I'm a woman. I'm married. I mean, I can do what I want to do. I can leave out the house. I can do this and I can do that. Listen, that couldn't be further from the truth. But of course, and like I said, I can't stop anyone from doing anything. But I would hope that if anyone come across this video, male or female, primarily, all are male and female. The male already know, but some of the females think, well, I can go out and I can shop, I can do I can trade money, I can do anything I want to do on the Sabbath. If you're Hebrew. Now, if you're not, then and ain't nothing gonna happen to you, nothing. But if you're Hebrew, he says, I'm gonna pour out my fury on you. He said, notwithstanding, the children of Israel rebel against me. They walk not in my statutes, nor kept my judgments to do them, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. They polluted my Sabbath. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them and accomplish my anger against them in the wilderness. See that? So nevertheless, some will say, well, there's man again. But how? How can he just be talking about a man? If you don't honor the Sabbath, then you don't have to honor anything else. You don't. Huh? If you don't, listen, if you don't do all of his commandments and you do part of them, what good is that? You didn't do them. That's why he say, oh. But because a person see man, he's talking about gender. No, he's not. Joshua say, as far as me and my house, we will serve the Lord. But now, don't you call this here a service to the Lord? Aren't you honoring God when you honor his Sabbath? Joshua talking about him in all of his house. But I'm married and I don't have to do this and that. Well, y'all go ahead on. But I'm guarantee you, if you're Hebrew, you got some anger and fury coming your way. But if you're not, then ain't nothing gonna happen to you. So anyway, family, we say that we love you guys from over at the high priest of the whole house of Israel and the Most High's holy team. We ask you guys to think about the videos, ponder, imagine And we know that the Most High will give you clear understanding. Until our next time, we say we love you dearly and shalom.
You've been lied to, thinking Jesus came for you. Bled, died on a cross just to save you. And you've been made a fool, thinking you can speak it, confessing with your mouth Jesus Christ and believe it.
Most High, praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High, God of Israel.